is not only the center of writing. A school is not only the center of reading or writing, but also it is the center of all-round development of a student. When a student registers his name, when a student registers his name, he becomes unknown from the realities of the world, but later, when he joins a school and reads in a school 10 or 11 years, then he becomes a complete person. So the challenges of COVID for education.
आलू भर के रोटी पाक लखिए भाई खासा वो करते ना लगा मिला जवाब रे
Learning
अरे
loss
बाबू
due to
बाबू रे
coronavirus,
गोट लगे
different type of losses. These losses are learning loss, hidden loss, and strain. We can categorize them. Learning loss, hidden loss, and strain. These are the topics. These are categorized.
Hey, पप्पू जी उसको माइक बंद रखिए आप
Learning loss. What is happening in this loss? Our students, our writing skills. What is happening to our students? What type of students are we going to ready for future? First, learning loss is clearly visible. In writing, online classes have badly affected the writing skills of school children in not only Jharkhand, not only India, but also all over the world. While around 75% of children had their handwriting uglier, 65% of them almost forgot how to write and from where to begin. A latest study says, the study found that the online classes left the children's handwriting turning messy as they focused their attention mainly on listening to the teachers rather than nothing done in their notebooks. According to officials, the children also lost confidence and their hands started trembling when asked to write something. The vision, my message is clear because the children of our schools, of our sons and daughters in their residences, and in this time they only hear the message, the attend online classes, but their physically development and their other type of development is completely going bad to worse. The writing capacity, our coming generation writing capacity is losing when they will appear in the IS examination, other written examination. What will they do? It will be a great problem before them. Secondly, speaking or communication. Those children, those students who are in their home, who in residence, the most obvious changes are that most of us now have less face-to-face. It is a problem of COVID-19 because we cannot touch any other, and it is a great problem. So Tim Levin PhD chair and distinguished professor in the College of Arts and Science Department of Communication says. What does he say? Health-wise social distancing is for the best overall, but social isolation is not healthy in the long term, as our students are only the guidance of their guardians. Speaking and communicating have badly affected. In a society, a person who is well educated, who have all the degree, but he does not know how to behave, then his degree and his everything is in vain. So we will give such a type of education where communication will be lost by our coming generation. After post-COVID, when the school reopens, we will have to face such type of problems, and we will have to tell them how they can prepare themselves for the coming challenges. Next is discipline. It is an important factor because a student, when he reads in a school, he spends 4 to 6 hours in classrooms, and he comes in touches at least 6 or 7 teachers, and they all watch his or her activity. And in this regard, he or she is given directions about society, about their behavior, about their culture, about their livelihood, about their living. And in this way, a student learns so many things in his school. And the impression of discipline, the lesson of discipline, the feeling of discipline, he learns in his school. These topics, writing, communicating, and discipline, I have categorized them in 3 categories. First is learning loss, second is hidden loss, and third is strain. In the topic learning loss, these type of challenges, writing, speaking, discipline, and post-COVID, we will have to face these problems. These are visible problems. It can be seen when our students will come, and we will have to face them. For this, we will have to prepare ourselves. Only then it will be possible. Next, hidden problem. Hidden problem means such problems which are hidden, which are hidden. So we should find out these type of problems. Mental health. In this series, the first, mental health. Some students in their homes are feeling lonely, and online classes are burden for them. In this regard, the mental capacity is losing day by day. So when these students will come in our school, they will behave abnormally. It may be possible, so we will have to prepare for this. Next, hidden loss is mental health. And next is trauma. In Kodarma district, Honorable DC has conducted a meeting, and in this meeting he requested all the principals of CBSE schools that you should free of cost. You should teach such students free of cost whose parents are died due to COVID-19. In this series, there are a number of students who are in trauma, who has faced traumatic accidents in their lives. And in this regard, I would like to say that a number of students in our society who have lost their parents, and they will come after post-COVID. And as they are our regular student and they will be our regular student, so what should we do? We should behave with them politely. What type of behavior should be done with them, it is also decided. It is also decided by us. Safety. In the respect of safety, maintaining social distance. Our students, when come, then we will have to maintain social distance and hygiene by hand washing. Every student will have to wash their hands 4 or 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. Anything, if it touches, then he will have to wash his or her hands. Wearing masks. Every student will have to wear masks. And sitting in classroom with a distance. Are our students practical? These things are not practical. These are outdated, and our students will have to adopt them. Maintaining social distance, hygiene by washing hands, wearing mask, sitting in classroom, these are completely impractical for them, and they will have to follow the rules compulsory. And this is a challenge before us. And this is a challenge before us. Us means we teachers. We teachers will be responsible, because when these students will come, I think government will allow these guidelines again, and we will have to follow these rules, and our students who are feeling it not practical, they will have to follow them. The third category is strain. Strain. What is strain? Strain means stress. In this regard, our teachers are also in stress. In the last class, a class was arranged stress management. I think this type of classes are necessary in this time, because in this COVID period, communication, Dr. Satish sir has taken this class, and stress management, this type of class make tough teachers, so that they will face the coming problem. And these are possible only coronavirus. COVID-19 has done so much things that cannot be described. So strain. Teachers are also in stress. Why? Because inadequate digital training. Our teachers are going to teach, but they are not digitally trained. And after all, they have to teach in digital mode. After all, they have to teach in digital mode. It is a problem. It is a strain. And teachers are trying for this. But old age teacher like me, and there are a number of teachers like me are facing these problems, and they will have to solve it. Lack of experience. Secondly, it can be said we are not experienced technically. We will have to be technically experienced, and Corona has given us this opportunity that we should be technically. And the next problem is lack of awareness of tools. These are very new things for us, because we have not we had used these tools, and in this time we are using, because we may prepare our for the post-COVID session when students will come in our school. And during the corona period, we could give something our dearest and nearest students. For this, we are trying, and we teachers should try to be technically comfortable. If they feel it comfortable, then only then they will be able to teach their students. If not, then they will not able to teach their students. Early childhood care providers, nursery education is especially in danger. Nursery education is completely in danger. So we should try to early childhood, जो care providers हैं, we should give them right guidelines. Only then it will be possible that we can face the post-COVID challenges. What are we doing today? In this time, first of all, we should compensate the teaching learning gap. There is a gap between teacher and learners, teacher and taught. We should fulfill this gap. Secondly, to motivate the students for online participation. If our students do not participate in online, then their academic knowledge will be suffered. So we should motivate our students for online classes, encouraging parents to have mobile phones or laptops and other technical things so that they could face the present situation. To endure the parents regarding the necessity of online, sometimes in rural areas, as we know that in our school maximum students belong to rural areas. When you go there and meet their guardians, a complaint is heard that mobile is not a good thing for students, so we cannot give them. Dear participants, I would like to say that 2 years ago, we teachers prohibit them to give mobiles to their wards. But 2 years later, it is a drastic change. We are saying the same guardians to give mobiles to their wards. What is situation? The coronavirus, COVID-19 has done it. And in the post-COVID, schooling is going to top more than 100 times than ago. To educate parents regarding the necessity of online classes in rural areas. I am not saying so every rural area, but I have faced some individually that guardians are not mentally prepared for this, that a mobile can be a means of education and it will be useful for our wards, for our students. So in this regard, we should organize online meetings of guardians. Only then the guardians will be ready to give mobiles to their wards, and only then the online classes will be successful. Post-COVID, when the school reopens, then we will have to prepare for it. Now, preparation at schools. What should we do? As it is being said that the school is going to reopen. In this regard, what should be done? First of all, the multiple assessment tools to be used. COVID preventive measures in post-COVID period Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Mr. Categorizing says that smallpox, chickenpox are it still exists, just like corona will exist for a long time. So we will have to learn to live with COVID. So in this regard, when the school reopens post-COVID, then what will we have to do in this regard? The slide shows the second presentation of vaccination certificate by the students before attending the classes. As it is being said that the student of online classes will be allowed to take class, to appear in the school. So vaccination certificate by the student before attending the class would be compulsory. Only then such student will be allowed to take their classes. If it is not possible, if students are not vaccinated, then vaccination camps at school should be organized. Complete building to be sanitized. And it is also factor that when our students are coming to school, before us we should be prepared that the whole of school, the complete building should be sanitized and the layout of the classroom to be changed. We will show you with the help of slide that coming classroom, what will happen. I think a number of teachers of English language are participating in this program. In 9th class, there is a chapter, the fun they had. In this chapter, Tommy and Margie, brother and sister, this very lesson is being taught from a long time. We used to teach this lesson, but what is the theme? What is the central idea? What does the author want to say? We understood it in this time. Before it, computer sector, geography sector, history sector, we were unknown because we had never used computer. But when the online classes started, then we understood the geography sector, history sector, classroom, and a number of things have been mentioned in the lesson. So the classroom to be changed, and in coming time, the situation of classrooms will be changed. Foot operated sanitizers to be placed in every corridors. And parents to be motivated for purchasing. I have already told you that we should motivate our parents for laptops and mobiles. Only then the coming generation, I think the coming generation will have to read in online method, digital content and connecting infrastructure to be prepared. Our teachers should be ready because challenges are growing day by day more Hercules. So our teachers should be prepared for this. Only then they will able to face the problem. Posters for the guidelines to be prepared and pasted at different points. Before COVID, it was not necessary because it was out of use. But when post-COVID, our school reopens, then such type posters for the guidelines to be prepared and pasted at different points. CCTV monitoring and all disinfectants spray, pumps, sanitizers to be purchased and kept ready. It is the need. It is a necessity. If we not do so, then we are not able to teach our students in coming period. And if we not do so, then what? what will we give our students? It is remarkable. We should think again and again in this matter. Next, preparing before calling the students. I have already told you what should we do in this regard. And real classroom, the slide shows real classroom and virtual classroom. Real classroom and virtual classroom. Before COVID period, two slides are given. Before Corona, before COVID-19, the classroom was well maintained. In a bench, 2 or 3 students used to sit, but the virtual classroom is being shown in the slide. You may see it. You may see it. This is the imagination, and it is the reality. It will be happen. It is happening, and in the future time, it will take place. And so the most affected, it may be said that teachers are the sufferer, and they will have to develop themselves for the coming time. And what are options before us? What options are before us? As a struggle for existence, and survival for the fittest. These two biological terms is very relevant in the post-COVID period. A struggle for existence. In this time, a number of schools are struggling for existence. Why? Because they have not accepted the challenge. If they would have accepted the challenge, then they should have not struggled for it. A struggle for existence. You may have heard the name of dinosaur. Dinosaur could not adjust itself in the changing atmosphere. What happened? What happened to it? Today, dinosaur is disappeared from this surface of the earth. So, if we not struggle, then our existence is in danger. Teachers, it is the most difficult time for teachers. They will have to struggle for their existence, and the next, survival for the fittest. Those who are fit will survive. Those who are fit will survive, but those who are unfit cannot survive. In this changing surrounding, if you want to survive, then you will have to fit. You will have to make fit yourself. Only then it is possible. Then your existence will save. Otherwise, like a dinosaur, your existence will disappear. So, I think it is my individual opinion. If you think it that I am saying something wrong, then please suggest me that survival for the fittest and a struggle for existence, these two topics, these two statements are completely relevant in post-COVID period. So preparation in advance by the teachers before conducting online classes. And when you are taking online classes, not only students, but also guardians are reading, guardians are hearing. And if you are speaking something wrong, then such like teachers are such teachers become come in the mind of such guardians. What should we do? Utilize this period. It is true that coronavirus has damaged our system, but only the education sector in the first wave and second wave, we managed ourselves and we continued teaching, learning system, and we made ourselves fit. So we should utilize this period. Our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji had said one day that it is an opportunity also. It is true that it is disaster, but it is an opportunity also. How should we take it? How we take it? If we take it in a positive way, then we can achieve many things. But if we think it disaster and we cannot do anything, then you will find nothing. So this period should be utilized. The teacher should devote more time online to update his material and style of presentation. As in this time, presentation, PPT kit are very compulsory for our teachers, and every students, every teacher should be prepared for this, to make contact with the parents directly or indirectly, and students through regular online meeting. Online meeting with guardians also necessary, because in this, to fulfill this gap, it is the only method. It is the only method. Then there we can to fill this gap. But there are some positive effect of it. What? The teachers have adapted themselves to blended education system as discussed in the Education Policy 2020. In 2020, new education policy came into power. In 2022, it will come into force. And what will happen? According to this new policy, 40% education will be online and 60% education will be offline. For this, we will have to prepare. If we are not able, then total system will be online. In this regard, we teachers should be prepared ourselves that in the age of blended education, we should establish ourselves. I have no complaint against online teaching, but as a school, as a schooling, I would prefer schooling education. The vast area of internet is being explored by the teacher. I think post-COVID period is a challenge, especially for teachers, because they have to save themselves. Okay, the new mode of examination and assessment has come to the fore. As we are watching, that new mode of examination is being seen. Term 1, term 2, PT1, PT2. We are doing so, and the CBSE also said, and CBSE also take exam in such a way. Okay, Now, solution. What are the solution of these problems? Because post-COVID is challenging. After COVID, it is a challenge. Then what should we do? Advanced technology and simple training should be organized for teachers in a mass scale. Our honorable President sir, Secretary sir, and Shailendra sir are in this meeting, and through this meeting I would like to request advanced technology based and simple training should be organized for teachers in a mass scale. If it happens, then I think then it will be very useful. Then it will be very, very useful for each and every teacher. It is a request. If you accept this request, then I will be thankful, sir. Prevent the misuse of mobile. I have already told that our students are misusing the mobile. We should suggest our students, we should suggest our guardians that mobile should be given to your wards only for a limited time. After that, you should not give the mobile to their wards, because mobile has so much attraction. A mobile has so much attraction that not only a youngster, even an old aged person attract to it. In this regard, we should our guardian that prevent the misuse of mobile, because our students generally after class period they misuse them. Secondly, involvement of parents in a limit way. Our guardians are requested, I think guardians are requested to be involved in a limit way. When classes is going on, our guardians should see what his ward or her ward is doing. So in this regard, I would like to suggest that post-COVID or COVID period, every guardian should be participate in a limit way. Listening capacity should be developed. Ex-president Dr. Zakir Hussain had said, God has given us 2 years. God has given us 2 years and 1 mouth. What is the meaning of it? It means we have to listen much and we have to speak less. We have to listen much and we have to speak less. So our students, we should motivate them for listening capacity should be developed, because only then the teachers can
There is no question whatever, and attendance link has already been conveyed. You can fill up the attendance link. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you. You may now leave the session.